Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. How are you this week?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm ready to rock and roll. Another week down. Tonight it is Friday, and that
Yes.
means it is time once again for our weekly tete-a-tete with great campaigns of the American Civil War. And this is our rematch week, and we're gonna go through across the Potomac once again, and we swap sides. And we get to see how you handle those Union forces with their wonderful tactical ratings and their reticence to marching.
Well, you did a good job last week.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That was fun. I mean, it does really make you think, and it's hard to thread that needle between wanting to get ahead of the situation and waiting just long enough to react to, because as you know, that those initiatives can get away from you, and if your enemy
Mm-hmm.
gets to that spot and is ready for you to come at them, then that works doubly hard. But let's see. Do we need to review anything tonight? Do you have any opening questions or opening strategy thoughts that are good for the good of the order that you want to talk about?
Well, I'm just going to bring up at the end, and I rewatched the very end of the video because I made some mistakes there at the end. I thought, oh, did I lose? And I actually didn't, because your die roll there, your last battle was more than enough to cover my mistakes. You said you had only a substantive victory, and you actually got a decisive victory.
Did I? I thought I was at 9 victory points.
As I read the rules, for the vision, I think this is cumulative. You had both. You had the +2, the +6, and the +9. So
Really?
you had
Let's see.
17 victory points.
Um,
It's not. I don't see anywhere where it says only the highest one. It just says you get +2 if you do this, +6 if you do that,
huh.
and +9 if you do this. Is how I read it. Now maybe I'm misreading the rules.
I'm looking at. I've got it pulled up now on the recording here, and I thought it was just the highest one, but maybe I dreamt that or something. I don't recall. Maybe. So yeah, I guess the 9 and the 6 and the 2. Okay.
So you had 17.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
I don't know where I got that from. So, well, good. I'm glad a fresh set of eyes looked at that. I do not know where I got that from. So, wow. Okay. So there is a little more wiggle room then for the Union player than just that. That's going to make the necessity of Johnston being a little more aggressive even more important. So that's a good catch. Well done, sir. I must have confused that with some other. Either that carried over from something that we had played previously, or I was in a catatonic state. I was
wow.
handicapping myself or something. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm glad you followed up on that for this week, because that will change things now. How I've been thinking about this for a couple of days now. I was like, well, what do I do? How much? Because turn 1, you are left to your own devices. Johnston gets 1 activation. Jackson can do something, but you don't want to overcommit. That essentially is a review. The river crossings are worth 2 victory points. Martinsburg and Kearneysville are worth 6, and Bunker Hill and Smithfield are worth 9. And as we have now corrected, those are cumulative points. They can wreak all kinds of havoc once they get over the Potomac. You ready to get started?
I am.
Okay. Then, since there are no leader transfers for turn 1, I will let you go and do your thing.
Yeah, I get the first initiative.
Do.
I'm going to activate Cadwalader. That's a hell of a name. So here's his movement. It's a 6. And he does not get the +1.
Right, he just gets a straight up 6.
Cadwalader, gonna go with him. Why not?
Did some interesting research on Cadwalader we'll talk about here in a break.
I've got 2 points.
Hey, all right.
1, 2, 3, 4, and you've got cavalry retreat option. You've got
Two.
2 left.
Since Stewart is very new, wow. Yeah, I guess I will do a cavalry retreat. Let me look at my. I am a very small force, which is a -3 in all green alike for the Confederate. So anything but a 1, and it's a 2. It's no effect on you, but I don't lose anybody.
Yeah.
So there's that. They're already disorganized, and he will fall back 4 to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he'll join Jackson there. Safety in numbers.
2, 4, it's got 2 left. Here's
Make sure you
Williams.
go back over and actually touch that hex so that you claim it.
Oh.
There you go.
Hmm. Longenecker. Four, 5, 6. Oh, initiative. Me again. I'm going to activate Kelm's division. There's Wine Coop. Your hero from last night. Here's your, or last week. Another 6. Yahoo.
Oh, this is it's gonna be a spirited march.
6. Angry. He's gonna go with Wine Coop. There's Abercrombie. Patterson's gonna go with him. Initiative. Me again.
I'm having flashbacks to Hood Strikes North.
Well, this is, if you watched, I mean, I think you did this to me last week, so.
Yeah, but I was getting very teeny tiny. I was getting 1s and 2s and 3s. You were getting 6s.
Yeah, I'm going to activate the 4th Connecticut.
Not the 4th Connecticut.
Here at Hagerstown. It's a 4. I'm putting in all my men.
Nice.
Abraham Lincoln Toll Hooker. It's your initiative.
All right. Well, my options are extremely limited, but I feel like it's in my best interest to have Johnston activate the entirety of his corps. And they get a d6 plus 1, which is 3 modified to 4. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Right. Well, that's their big turn 1 rollout. So, initiative. Jackson will fall back. Get some fatigue. And get... he is a minimum 2 on his. Gets a 3. Did I say fall back? I think we'll move forward.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Jackson. The hell. Okay, initiative. It's mine again. I'll pass.
activate Longender and Williams with Ted Waldo, that's how you pronounce his name. There's the movement. 5. He picks up fatigue. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Explore fatigue. He's just going to watch one hex. Yep. Initiative. Force.
Perhaps Jackson was a little too rash. Let's move him to 2 and see what he gets. Minimum 2. He gets a 6.
There you go.
Yeah. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's set up the defense of Martinsburg. Initiative. I'll pass.
Activate Helm and the 2 and Coop and Nagley. What comes outside his command radius? There's only 2 in this game. Movement roll is a 1.
So minimum 2.
Yep,
Hooray.
minimum 2. Next level. One, 2. Level. Two. Initiative. Me again. And activate the 4th Connecticut. Two. Crossroad. Initiative.
Actually, for them, they're just a 1 because they're a regular division or regular brigade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go. I will pass again.
Okay. Had Walter activate both Williams and Thomas. Let's do the movement roll first. 3. Thomas first. 1, 2. I have 1 movement left for Stuart.
He's a 5. It's 10 times as large, so I'm gonna fatigue level 2. Let's see if we can do something. -3 to this roll. That's a 1, so no effect on you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1 left. He keeps go to fatigue 3, so this is going to be extended march plus 2 because he's Union, and this is 1861.
Right.
That's a 5, and that's okay for
Mm-hmm.
him. So you can move 1, 2. And going for the initiative roll. Yours.
Okay. I will pass again.
Okay.
We're getting into press your luck territory here.
Yes. Gonna activate Capricorn with Catterson.
Okay.
Movement 4. Initiative. Yours again.
I'll pass again.
No, I've still got a cavalry. I'm going to bring Thomas to give him something to do. Speed. Two dice. 5. Initiative. Yours again.
Pass again.
Next level. Thomas, I'll take Thomas one last time. There we go.
Wow.
Not sure where he's going to go. Let's see. 1, 2, 4. Wow. Initiative. Yours.
Pass.
Yeah, I pass as well.
Okay, great. So ends turn number 1. We'll press recovery. And that looks good. Small counter density means quick processing. And move the game turn to July 3rd. And you have the first option for any leader transfers that you would like.
I'm going to leave everybody where they are.
Okay. I believe I have no need to change anything. Johnson's good where he is, so you had the last move, so why don't you roll the first initiative?
Will do. Tie.
Ooh, excellent. That's the kind of initiative I need. I will activate Johnson with the entirety of his division. And they get a +1 to that, 4. Alright, where to go? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, initiative. It's me again. Johnston again. We've got a fatigue 2. And they get a movement of 6.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so 7 movement. And so, best to move down the valley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4. This is tough. I really need that 3 command radius.
Yes.
5.
Yeah, gotta choose.
Somebody's got to be left in the wind. So, I'll keep them there for now and see how it goes. Initiative. It's me again. Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably what we need to do. Split the forces. We're going to go to fatigue level 3. And see what we get. It's a +1. Movement is 5 total. Okay. Start with B first. And he is going to do his extended march of +1. He's okay. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bartow's +1, extended march. He's okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're all scattered. That's not good. Alright. Initiative. Johnston. Bartow. +1, and his movement is 4. Okay. Extended march is now +2. He's okay. And I really don't want to force march, but I'm not going to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't get in there, but I can guard it, I guess. Initiative. It's yours.
Going back to it, Cadwalder's division. Thomas Williams and Wallen. Where's their movement? 2. Initiative. Yours.
I think I'll pass.
Activate Helms, Wincoop, and Negri. Here's their movement roll. There we go. 6.
We're gonna have a fight.
Five. Got 1 movement point left for Stuart. 3.
So worst case is, let's see, you've got 1. I need to get a -3. So I need to get a 6 to stop you. So if I get a 1, I give you a point. If I get a 6, I stave off disaster. So I will do a cav retreat. And as they say in the South, bless your heart. Here it is. Come on, big 6. Big 6. No. Okay, so it's a 1 modified. And we just leave 1, 2, 3, 4. And you may enter Martinsburg.
I think he has 6. Initiative. Me.
I'd say you're in a pretty good spot right now. Depending on what direction you come, there's creek. Yep.
There's creek if I come from Kelm's direction.
Coming from his direction gives you the best chance of my retreat losses.
Yep.
But you're working against all those upfront obstacles. Whereas Cadwallader could do it and just get me, out through Laurel Hill, potentially.
Yep. You cross the river and through the woods.
Yep.
The
third option being, of course, do the layup and be conservative, but I don't know. I don't know what your big plan is. You've got Martinsburg. Beyond that, I don't know what you're thinking.
Right. I'm going to activate Nagley. He's going to go to T2. And he's just going to march into Martinsburg.
Fortress Martinsburg.
Initiative. Yours.
Pass.
I'm going to activate Longnecker and Williams this time. So here's their movement. It's a 3. Longnecker goes to T2, which is fine. He's not exhausted. You can go 1, 2, 3. Williams is exhausted. Here's his extended march, which is a die roll plus 2. And he loses a guy. He's just gonna go 1. Oh, dang it. Initiative roll. Yours.
I will pass again.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna attempt this is a divisional assault, not a core assault.
Divisional assault, yes.
With Cadwallader. I'm going to use Thomas and Longnecker. So they both pick up a fatigue. And here's his command roll. It's a 1, so it comes off. So I've got 8 to 4. So that ratio gives me a +1. Artillery is Thomas has 1. Longnecker doesn't have anything. Jackson has 1, so that's on clear terrain, so that's a 2 for artillery.
It's only -1 because I have just one piece. If I had multiple pieces, then it would be -2.
Tactical, you get a 1.
Yep.
Because all my guys are 0. Terrain is 0 because it's just clear and I'm not on the creek side. And type is a 1. Flank is a straight up 4.
It is. So I see you've got a +4. 2 up, 2 down, and then the 4 for the flank. Which is my own fault because I was stupid a second ago and I passed. But
+4. Yep. So here we go. +4. It is a +4 when push comes to shove.
So Jackson, just like last week, is sent packing with 1 DR. So that'll take him out of things for a couple of days.
I'm an 8, which is a pickup of fatigue on those 2. He's done. He's almost done.
Alright, so he's going to go 1, 2. Higher priority is not farther away, but not in a zone of control.
Right.
3, 4, and then he'll go 5, 6. Okay. That was good.
That surprised me when you passed.
Yeah, I was like, well, I don't need to do anything with him, and I completely forgot. Hey, that flank's refused. Pretty important because, yeah, I'm still not focused tonight. But yeah, it's good. That was a great attack. The kind of stuff I do when I'm playing live and face to face. I just don't look at the obvious things smacking my head.
Initiative. Yours again.
Actually, I'm gonna swap out the losses. Put a gray there instead of the blue one. There you go.
Oh, did I grab the wrong one?
I did it last week too. All right, it's to me. At this point, I see nothing pressing, so I will pass. I missed my window when I should have paid attention, and I didn't. So.
Well, I noticed last week when I was doing all that passing while you were moving Wingcoot down, I should have put up a flanks refuse marker.
It's right there in front of us. We're like, yeah, it's fine. Keep going.
But when I rewatched it, I realized you won by such a big. That was one of my mistakes. That it didn't matter because the die roll would have gotten me out of there anyway.
Right.
I just wouldn't have lost the main power. Okay. What have I got left in that big mess?
I shouldn't have let Jackson get into that position with that, but I was so surprised at how quickly Kaim just came around and just whipped in there getting that sick.
Yeah.
You get so focused on that die roll, and it takes your mindset out of it.
I'm going to activate the Fourth Connecticut. He gets a 3.
That's why whenever I'm playing somebody and I go, I pass, and they go, really? I'm like, oh, Jesus, what did I just overlook?
Oh, yours again. Your initiative.
I'll pass.
Okay. Initiative.
Because in my mind, when I pass, I'm biding my time, and I'm setting up the chessboard and everything, and then you overlook something obvious, and then you feel pretty stupid.
The Abercrombie with Patterson. I'm also going to do the Fourth Connecticut. So he's got to do a extended versus movement for both of them. Extended march for the Fourth Connecticut. He's going to flip. To go all of 2. Initiative. Me. With Patterson. Movement roll. With Abercrombie. With Patterson. There we go. 6. 1. 6. Initiative. Me. I'm going to do Abercrombie again. There's his movement. 6 again. Extended march. 5, he flips. 6. Here, Old English Church. Initiative. Me again.
You roll a 6, you can win the game.
Not on this day. This is day 4, I'd go for it, but this is not day 4. So I'm just going to have Patterson and Abercrombie hang out.
Okay.
So I am going to activate Wind Coop with Negri. He was team 4. Team 2, I'm sorry, not team 4. This is movement. 2. It's going to get going down there. Initiative, yours.
Because I'm a gambling man. B will activate March. The fatigue level 4. And we'll get a +1 to this, or he gets just a minimum 2 to this roll. That's a 2. So not helpful there. This extended march is a +2.
Ooh.
This is everything's coming up Union today. So he will make a normal attack on Wind Coop. And I think really the only thing he's got going for him is just a +1 tactical. This is about as low odds as you get.
Might get it off.
It's not advised, but all it's gonna do is drive you farther up the valley, but it's also gonna fatigue you. So, short of being able to get Kime out of there because of the low movement, and of course the flip, might as well go after Wind Coop. So here we go. Confederate +1, and it is a 0. So.
Oh, it is a 0. Yeah.
So 0033 is DD.
Yeah.
Which does nothing to me, but flips you. And just get you done.
And he goes to slow. Oh. Dogs got excited there. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, next initiative. It's yours?
Well, I'm going to get Thomas something to do. Movement 11.
Feeding them super oats, apparently.
Part of me wants to have him go down and attack Stuart just to see what that, to try to remember what that -1 does. That subtracts off of mine, or adds it to yours. I can't remember which way it goes. Not that it matters, I guess, at the end of the day. But that's not what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Initiative. Yours.
I will pass.
I'm going to pass as well.
Okay. That is the end of day 2. Recovering. Alright.
I'm not seeing the weirdness with the stacks that I was seeing.
Oh, yeah,
before.
that's good. That is good. It is the 4th of July. I'm not going to lie to you, Roger. I am kicking myself that I did not put that flanks refuse marker.
Yeah, I was thinking either you were going to attack Klein with Jackson and drive him out of there, or
Well, so that was exactly okay. We're pulling back the curtain and we're delving into the mind of a moderately successful Great Campaigns player. I didn't because again biding my time, and I figured, well, I do have B and Jackson there. And I really want to, but I'm going to hold off because when you stacked up everyone under Cadwallader and then you put Wynkoop in there with Keim and Nagley, I thought, okay, well, he's just going to pile up. But this is where we get into the psychology of, you and I have had the discussion of, well, when you stack units in a union form like that, I'm going to attack them. So are you doing that in anticipation of me doing that, or are you going to attack me? And again, I was like, well, I got B and Jackson there. If I do it now, it's probably going to work. But if I just wait, and I think Roger's going to wait, I'll just put Johnson over there on B, and then I'll try it on the 4th of July. But I missed that one chance, and then you did what I was afraid you were going to do, which was, take advantage of the full flank, and just, I mean, the exasperation of forgetting a fundamental like, oh, you had the initiative and you didn't put a flanks refused marker on there. So we are on turn 3 now, and it's looking like an uphill battle right now for me. Because you are spread all up and down the valley. You got Patterson being sneaky. And I need to figure out what my priority list here is for the finite amount of resources I have between turn 3 and turn 4. One of that requires that I rest Jackson completely so that he will come back and be usable on day 4. And I don't know what you're going to do around Martinsburg. Are you going to reinforce it? Are you going to make it harder for me to try to take back? I don't know what to do. I don't know where you're going to commit your forces. But you have got me quite engaged, I guess is the proper term, because I have to react to the possibility that Patterson and Abercrombie are going to go for Smithfield. So that means I have to dedicate at least one brigade to that. I don't know what to do. I think you've got me. I mean, I think this is that initial first couple of ventures across the Potomac, if we're using the term, where you got those great rolls and you spread out and you got 3 crossings in 2 movements. That was fantastic. I don't even know how to react to that. So
I've had good movement rolls tonight. I've had a couple ones, but other than that, it's been 5s and 6s, a lot of 6s.
Yeah. No, I think you were due some. I mean, you've had some. We all have. I mean, we've had our share of the worst rolls when we need them. But that being said, let's see how turn 3 and 4 will play out here. I think last week turn 3 was relatively short, but this is some different circumstances. It may be short for me. I don't know what you're up to, but I'm about to find out. So turn 3 leader transfers. What would you like to move around?
Quick rules check. Make sure I remember on this. The only unit that can attack is the first unit that you move.
That moves, right. The first one in sequence that marches, right.
So let's see. I'm going to leave everybody where they are.
Okay. Well, I knew where I was going to move Johnston, but not now. I think it is prudent that I leave him where he is right now. So, no changes on mine either. At least nothing that's glaringly obvious to me, but apparently tonight's my night to miss the glaringly obvious. So, lead us off. Give us a die roll.
Here's the initiative.
Okay.
Hi, it's yours.
All right. All right. Johnston will activate. Let's see. We'll activate everybody in range, which could go horribly wrong. But we're going to add a fatigue level to Bartow, and then markers for Elsie and Jackson. And they get a +1 to this roll.
There you go.
That is what I needed. Alright, we will move Jackson first. He will go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Elsie will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Johnston will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Initiative. This is looking vaguely like last week. It's me again. Okay. And I needed to do an extended march roll on the last turn for Bartow, so let me do that first. It is a +1. He's okay.
It's fine.
Alright, so we will put him to fatigue level 3. And we will attempt an assault on Keim in Martinsburg. And let's see. First thing we need to do is a command roll, see if it happens. It does not. Oh, wait, it's -2 to his roll because he's a district leader. So
yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So Johnston versus Keim. So 1 for the assault. +2 for the tactical. And I believe it's a +2 for final flank, because you subtract 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then -1 for that damn creek.
Yes, the creek is there for it.
I do not have any artillery there, so I don't have to worry about that. And I've got a 5 to 4, so I'm not gonna try for. So we're gonna forego the grand assault. So I believe I've got a +4 net.
Nope.
Here goes. +4 Confederate, and it is a +2. Result.
It's enough.
Let's see. +2 for you is
Well,
DR.
+2 on a 4 is a DR.
And a DA for me.
He flips. So. T. 3. And let's see. Retreat. He has to go to Wine Coop.
He can. Wind Coop. He can go to either one. They're both in a zone of control. If you were afraid you were going to take a manpower loss, Wind Coop would prevent that because it's going through a friendly. But obviously you probably want to go up the valley, I'm guessing.
I'm gonna go here.
Yep.
This was a small, so I can go up to 4
Up to
hexes,
4, right.
2, 3, 4.
Yep, it's good.
Martin, it's yours. It's yours to take.
Yep. So, take that. Alright.
What was your result on that?
I had a +2, so
you did.
just a little DA.
Oh, you did get a D. Okay.
Okay. Initiative. It's yours. Would you like Carneysville?
This is very much like
Yeah, like last week.
last week, very much. So I'm gonna try a divisional assault with Cadwalder on Bartow.
Okay.
So Longnecker gets a fatigue. Thomas gets fatigue. Here's the assault roll. It's a 1, so it comes off. So the ratio is 8 to 3, so that's a 2 to 1, so it's a +1 for ratio. Artillery is no one has artillery, right?
Right.
Nobody has any artillery, so artillery's a wash. Tactical is a -2 for you. Type is a 1 for me. I have a plus. I have all the hexes covered, but B takes 1 off.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a +3. And there's going to be a creek back behind there. Yep. No idea how to pronounce that. Tuscarora Creek.
Tuscarora.
Tuscarora?
Tuscarora.
That's a -1.
I see you have a total of +2, I think. Assault
that's what I
ratio are your ups along with the flank, and then -3 for the creek and tack.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the same thing. +2. Might not be the best thing to do right here, but let's see if I can really make your life hard.
That makes my life hard.
That makes your life hard, yeah. +5. That's a good result for me.
Yep. So a
So
net +4.
1D. You're a 3, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's only on DR.
So.
No, 1 DR.
Yeah. Well, it's a net +4. So I'm a 3. Is just DR. Because it's a 5 to 1. So 5 minus 1 is 4.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We're on the same math page now. All right.
Yeah.
And you had 8, so 8 is just a FA, little f?
It is a little FA, yes.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to go demoralized, so that's not great. They will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There we go.
Man, just back and forth and back and forth. It's like skirmishing.
Well, I was thinking after last week, comparing what the I just forgot the scenario that we did 2 weeks ago.
Oh, bag the whole crowd?
Bag the whole crowd. Combat.
Yeah, oh yeah. This one is very much maneuver, and yeah, we only had 1, 2, 3, 4 combats so far.
Okay, initiative. Back to you.
If you're keeping track, you are winning by 2 combats to 1, and 1 inconclusive with a 0. So
Hmm.
But your when they play test these things, they keep track of your overall pips. You have a net +6 pips in your favor, so that's going pretty well. I think. I'm starting to think that Martinsburg is a lost cause. if we're using that term. So B doesn't really want to get involved with all that. So I'm going to pass.
Activate Abercrombie Patterson. Movement roll. 2. Go up here. Initiative. Yours.
Patterson is on the move.
Yeah, I'd like to have gotten a little more to get.
Yeah. Stewart will march.
Do it.
And he will get a +1. I think. What do the cavalries get? I always forget that. Movement. 2D +1. They are not affected by early war. All right. +1. 5. It figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. It's yours.
Gonna activate Williams. Specific movement. Well, he's just gonna go there anyway, so. Initiative. Yours.
I'll pass.
I'm gonna pass as well.
That's about what I figured. That turn 3 was going to be a couple of quick things, and that's it. Okay, recovery.
Boom. Oh.
Right. So, last day.
So everything went well. I'm gonna get this and beat this marker
July
off.
5th. You are currently winning the manpower losses by 1, so our victory point review. You have 2 points for having at least one of the river crossings. And you have 6 points for Martinsburg, so that's a total of 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9 points, which is, as I recall,
to victory right
the 40. It is substantive victory. Okay. All right. Now, what do I need to accomplish in the last turn here? Any thoughts for turn 4?
Well, I got done what I wanted to do on turn 3, which is I wanted to have one of those two in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So that accomplished that. I was hoping to do a little more with Patterson, but you did a good block there with Elsie that you got right there, right on that road.
All about the crossroads, right?
Yeah. So now it's going to be what you're going to do.
Oh, well, that's funny. I was thinking the same thing about you. Yeah, I mean, there's a finite amount of time, and on any other game here, if you were sitting in the marginal zone, I would be more likely to rapidly adjust strategy from victory point locations to manpower losses. But in the early war, that just, that's a lot of setup with only moderate chances for getting, the manpower losses that you would need to offset some of these points. I don't know. I always come at this going, well, he's already got this spot and that spot. I mean, you're sitting at substantive, so I am very hard pressed to figure out a way, short of regaining control of Martinsburg, of preventing that. But we shall see. It is your option for leader transfers for the final day.
Yeah. Kill him. That's the only one I'm going to do, I think. That one.
Okay. I am going to move Johnston to Jackson.
That's what I thought you were going to do.
If you'd like to do the honors for our first initiative.
Sure. It's mine. Well, I'm going to play defense. So I'm going to activate Williams with Cadwalder.
By the way, that little side thing that I said earlier, Cadwalader was, he's from Pennsylvania, and I read up on him, and he was the sort of the provisional general over the Pennsylvania forces, and when they entered Maryland, he was the one that gave the order for Merriman, of habeas corpus fame, who was he was sort of a recruiter in Maryland to recruit Confederate soldiers, and he had him summarily arrested, and he refused the writ of habeas corpus that Justice Taney had put out. So that's where we get the whole Merriman versus U.S. and the writ of habeas corpus and all that. It's pretty neat. So that's the guy. He's at the center of all that.
Interesting. Region 2. And there's the initiative. Yours.
Okay. Have some fun. Johnston will activate Jackson. Give him a +1. It's 3. So we'll go 1, 2. And we'll make a hasty attack on the 4th Connecticut. So we get a hasty, which is -1. And we get a +2 for tactical. And I'm sorry, +3, because he's a -1. And then it's 5 to 1, so a +4 for ratio. Okay. So I believe that is a total of +6.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. For the pride of Connecticut. +6. I believe I have wiped out.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
They're gone. Delete. Sharpsburg is yours.
Okay. I'll add a manpower, so that offsets the manpower thing. Alright, initiative. It's me again. Johnston will activate Jackson to level 2. Give him a +1. It's a 3. We go 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I'm just going to say this. You did not advance in your Sharpsburg?
I'm sorry. Yes, I did. I meant to. Right. Yes. So we'll take one step farther. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So. All right. Let's see. What are they? They're one. I better take the opportunity to force march now. So I'm going to flip and declare a force march. And gets me a minimum of 2. I lose a manpower. And go 1, 2. Alright, initiative. It's yours.
Well, activate the 13th Pennsylvania. Maybe 3. Initiative. Wars.
Alright. Johnson and Jackson again. +1. Go.
Oh,
Big roll.
that's oh crap. That's needed.
That's what I needed. Okay, so extended march is a +1. Is okay. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Capture Hager Town. Okay. Initiative. It's me again. Alright, let me assess the situation now.
Let's see, so that took out the +2, but I still get the +6 because I don't need to control Hagerstown.
Right. So you're at 6, and the minimum is 4 to 8, so I need a couple of manpower losses.
It's the manpower situation at the moment.
It's even up. Johnston and Jackson again to level 4. +1. 4. Extended march is now +2. That's a 7, so he's going to lose a manpower. And they'll go 1. And just make a normal attack on the 13th Pennsylvania. So it is a +2 for tactical. +1 for oh, I'm sorry, +3 for tactical again. See, the -1s get me every time.
Yeah.
And it's 2 to 1, so +1 on that. So I see a +4. +4. And a net of +5. So I believe that is it's a 1 DR, so that takes them out. Okay, and they will not advance. They'll just stay right there. Initiative. It's yours.
Activate Nagley by himself. It's 2. This is initiative roll. No, initiative. Yeah, that's what I meant. Initiative.
Okay. This is where it gets tough. Very tough. Too much to do and not enough to do it with. And I can't pass anymore. Oh. Alright, well, Stuart will march. And gets +1. It's 11. One, 2, 3, 4. I'll just stay there. Initiative. Mine again. Boy, oh boy. Right. B will march. And he gets a minimum 2. That's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. initiative. It's mine again. B will march. Minimum of 2. It's a 5. 1, 2. What would Thomas like to do?
He's going to retreat if he can.
Okay. 16% chance. Come on!
Can you fix up the team? It's already disorganized, so this is just the die roll. Da, 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 da.
Oh,
2.
so close. Okay.
So, retreat 4 to 6 hexes.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta go this way first. 1, 2. Now he's free to go. You can stay there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 2 more hexes.
Okay.
Actually.
Sure.
To get behind that creek.
We will go. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. Mine again. There just doesn't seem like a lot of possibilities here, Roger. I'm just delaying the inevitable. So I am going to pass.
Okay. So we're at.
You are at 6. Yes, you're at 6 -1 for manpower loss. Differential.
7.
-1. So you're at 5.
5.
Yeah.
5.
Which is still, you need at least 4 to win, and so a pass here will win the game for you.
Right.
I just don't see how I can pick up another manpower loss quickly, short of that cav retreat, which would have been nice. But even that would have put me put you at 4. There's no taking Martinsburg back, and I don't have enough resources to eject you from there without giving up Carneysville, I think. So I think that's a good win for you. I think you did.
Yeah,
I think you did very well
I'm happy
tonight.
to take the win.
Yeah.
I think this is really hard to win as the Confederate player. I think just not having.
Well, yeah. Now
plays.
2 weeks in a row, we've seen a Union victory, right? I don't know that it's impossible, but you just have to factor in exactly what your threshold is. I think we mentioned that threshold. Whatever the threshold of, okay, if this happens, then that, and if in that first turn you're getting all those great movement rolls, it becomes very, very difficult in turn 2 to set things up. Now, I still blame myself for losing Jackson, because that was a critical piece there that I needed to keep near Martinsburg. So I think I could have kept it much closer had I not, fumbled the ball there. That was a big oops on my part.
Now let me tell you what I thought you were going to do with Johnson and Jackson was to head up, follow the river, and try to take out all of the 2 points.
That was my first inclination, but I was like, I don't know that I have enough. So when I took out the Connecticut boys, I said, okay, well, if I can do that and I can get up there to Hagerstown, I thought that was going to be a little more significant, because I thought it was going to cascade, and then I remember, oh no, it only takes out the river crossings, but Martinsburg's still okay. But yeah, that was my initial plan, to put him there and just race up the river. But I was like, well, you got Williams in play, and all the Pennsylvania boys had to do was come across the river from Williamsport, and I was that was going to be too much work for what I wanted. So I was like, well, I'm going to go have some fun and see if I can take out a couple of units and get Hagerstown. So I got the moral victory I wanted. Hooray!
Yeah. Well, it was. I didn't. You got the die roll you needed there at last 7, because I had pulled out the calculator on my computer, and I was going, okay, what's his average need to be? And it said, okay, he's below his average. He's not going to get there. And then got that 7. Like, oh, there you go.
Right. So yeah, that was really good. Wow, you're right though. That is that is, everything's got to go just so. And I thought I got the first couple initiatives in turn 2. I got the first 3, I think, and I got Johnson up into play. But somehow it just, I let it slip away there with the flanks refuse marker. That was the turning point of this whole 4 days. And you even had that. Really? What? What did I miss? What?
Well,
he's not going to attack me. Yes, he is.
I was like, okay. I mean, at that point, I kept looking at the numbers, saying I just got to get another +1.
Well, and that's what's deceptive about this scenario, I think, as opposed to, the hard fought, bitter battles of Bag the Whole Crowd and Jackson March and everything. That one I was painfully aware of, like, okay, I'm flanked all around here, so I need to make sure AP Hill goes in there. Okay, flanks refused. Yeah, every time you've constantly got to be aware of that. But there's so much open space here. You're like, nah, I don't need to worry about that. Whatever. And that to my peril. Well, while we kept this under 2 hours tonight, I'm sure I will be able to edit it down even faster at 90 minutes. And from what I've seen is once we published these all green alike ones, that started getting a huge interest from folks, because I don't think people have seen those. So this is
good.
This is currently, according to my YouTube metrics, it's number 2 with a bullet. So yeah,
it's really fun.
I'm gonna burn this scenario. No, it's great because we've each won. Obviously, if we both won as the Union player, then perhaps there's a little bit of skew. But again, I mean, aside from just that one thing that I did tonight, I can't imagine that it was hugely imbalanced. It's just it is very dependent on movement rolls and reacting to those movement rolls. So.
And you had a string of initiatives last week that sort of completely blew apart what I was trying to do. And after that, I was just playing catch up and whack-a-mole.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Because I whacked this one.
Right. Oh, okay. I'll go over here. And I did the same thing tonight. You're like, okay, you're out of Martinsburg. I was like, okay, well, fine. I'll take my ball and go to Kearneysville.
And the last thing I was trying to set up here was, I was trying to pull a unit down, which I got to Smithfield and Bunker Hill. I wanted to pull at least one unit down.
You did. You kept them occupied down there. I was like, well, I really need to use Elsie, but I can't because Patterson's just hovering. And when you came across the river over Boatler's Ford, I went, and I was going to say something. I was like, you don't want to touch Shepherdstown? But you were like, no, I've got a purpose. I'm cutting a corner. So...
But you know what? I looked at and I counted up. I should have gone through Shepherdstown just to flip it. It was so stupid.
Right, that's what I mean. It was like, well, yeah, but you had 3 other ones, so you were guaranteed to get those.
And I was hoping to get when I did solo this.
There it is.
I was able to get that Connecticut guy hooked up with Patterson and have them go together, but I couldn't make the.
I call shenanigans now, soloing this in between. Is that the way we're going to be now, Roger? Is that what we're going to do?
Well, you told me you checked out the scenario before the game.
Sure, yeah, I did. That's right. Okay. You did your homework.
This next one I'm going to have to really study because I really don't understand at all.
I haven't played it in 5 or 6 years, so I do need to go through it, just at least be familiar, because we've got to explain it to everybody. So that will be good. But you have a great weekend, and good win tonight.
Talk to you next week.
Yeah.